day, everybody. It is Calxiyn and Hunter here, and today we are going to be watching The Girl in the Tower, which is the fifth RWBY Fairy Tale. Yes, I wonder who that's about, which is the fifth RWBY Fairy Tale, and so I hope that you guys enjoy. Remember to subscribe, join the Discord server to talk about RWBY, all of that fun stuff, and I think that we're just gonna get into it. I would like to preface, though, something that was in the book, and I guess this is to help people that haven't read the book yet. Something that was, like, heavily implied about this one in the book was that this was, like, penned by Salem herself. And so if there's any, like, bias, I guess, any clear Salem bias, Jin is like the primary tale. We have to keep that in mind, is that Jin is like the primary. And this is a biased retelling. This is a biased retelling that situated has gone through the mouths of the people of Remnant as well. So Salem told it, then all the people of Remnant got their hands on it, so who the fuck knows what's going on
but
now,
also, you know? If this one is complimentary to Salem, I'll be even more pro-Salem than I already am.
Well, that's the thing, though, Hunter, is that she wrote this as propaganda, and you're buying
Absolutely. I will always fight for the dignity of my Lord and Savior, evil women.
God.
And I disagree with anybody who speaks ill of them.
Oh boy. Oh, hello.
Oh.
A long time ago.
That was cool. That was like some Ozma vibes with the gears.
Yeah, that's just Beacon.
I do wonder if it was modeled after Beacon.
That way.
Oh. Salem
when her mother died in childbirth,
with Salem.
it devastated him.
Oh.
This is big, like, time of the clock of the time dragon, like Wicked, like all of the gears on stage.
So
Damn, bro! The nurse just left her up there to cry.
Why won't you let me leave this tower?
Oh, little baby
My darling.
Oh.
You are my most precious possession.
Oh, well, that's a little.
Oh, she's crying.
I am protecting you from everything outside.
Damn, bro, your child's
this
not
has
a possession,
big Mother
though,
Gothel
sir.
energy.
Oh.
But I'll be careful. I promise.
This was your mother's favorite tower. She loved
Yes.
gazing out this
Gilded
very
cage.
window.
Yeah.
Why would you want to leave it?
Damn, bro.
I just wish I knew what life was like outside this room.
Aww. Books.
Since you cannot go out into the world, perhaps these will bring the world
Perhaps.
to you.
Oh. Wow, this is big, like, tangled.
Yeah. And it's also like, you know, RWBY wanted to be like the heroes in the fairy tales. Salem does too.
Marvelous place.
I like how the story of RWBY starts with someone who's obsessed with
I'll
fairy
be
tales.
16, and I
Yeah.
have never even stepped outside.
Oh, damn. Violence. Oh, hello. I like that.
Uh-oh.
That's interesting how everything except for the books is in this blue.
Wait, look in the background. That looks like Jaune Arc's symbol.
Dearest Father,
Okay,
for
hold
these
on.
wonderful
We knew
gifts.
that before. Remember
we
in the
did.
Lost Fable, we actually made a theory about Jaune possibly being related to Salem. Don't freak out and don't forget. But yeah, something that's interesting is all of her gold and like all of her dresses, they're all like in blue, like that she doesn't really care about them. But the books are in color, and so the outside's also in color. Hello,
Anything
sir.
for my daughter on her 16th birthday.
There is one
Hello,
thing I
sir.
still desire.
He looks so old
is
and
that,
decrepit.
I know.
Pen and paper, that is all. I have read every book in this castle, and now there are none left.
No.
I would like to write my own story.
See, so this is when the heist is
It shall
starting.
be yours.
This stuff wasn't in the book.
No, it was.
It was? Okay.
To me.
My memory
Of
is
course,
shot.
Father.
Why is this?
I like how you can tell that she's a bit
Once
more
there lived
sneaky
a
though compared to the
beautiful maiden,
book.
locked in a high tower by her cruel lord.
Oh, she
father.
wrote her own fairy tale.
She
Yeah.
longed to
See,
experience the
and then
world outside.
she was like, "Time to
But
go."
she was his prisoner. If only some brave, strong
see?
warrior would
Oh.
defeat
So she
the
sent
evil
her
lord
story
and
out
free
the
her at
window.
last.
Just real shit. That
They
landed
would
16 feet
inherit
outside
all
the
of
castle
father's
gate.
riches,
Like, let's
and
not.
live happily ever after.
Is that gonna be Ozma?
Just as
Oh,
she
no.
There's a bunch.
the story of the
Okay.
girl's tragic circumstances spread far and wide.
Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. She
That's a big
She
hammer.
kinda
Then the
got all
Lord's
these
worst
men to
nightmare
come
came
get her.
true.
Oh no. Oh, they all look like the
One warrior
Geists.
after
Yeah,
another
the
arrived
Geist armor.
to challenge his
Oh, hello, Staff of... That suspiciously
girl
looks like
away
the
from
Staff
you.
of Creation. I know that it's not
Many
because the
tried.
Staff of Creation didn't exist
Well, this is
yet.
back when everyone had magic.
Yeah,
Lord's
yeah.
powerful
That's just
evil magic.
interesting as a parallel.
Uh-oh.
At least she
Until
seems like
one
she feels
day-
bad, though.
Brave
There
new
he is.
challenger came.
You're just freaking out.
This hero,
Our boy!
armed with his own power.
You don't know how big a mistake this is, dude.
Defeated the cruel lord.
Well, okay, we're just whizzing by this. Let's go up the stairs. Uh-huh. Ooh, that's interesting. Her stuff was green in here instead of blue.
You have rescued me from this castle, the girl
Oh, and
said.
the world
So now it is
becomes
yours.
in color. That's so nice.
I only came to right a terrible wrong, the hero said.
Oh, because he's a
You
good boy.
rescued yourself.
Oh.
Where shall we go now?
And they lived
Wherever
happily
you like.
ever after.
And nothing
Hiya.
bad
Who
happened.
has
No
yet to
one
see
got
the world.
typhus.
Yeah. Well,
And here we are
Oh.
at the end.
This is so creepy.
This fairy tale
Hold
is
on.
unique on Remnant, in that the protagonist writes her own story
yeah.
and her own ending.
Damn.
Storytellers hold great power over their audiences.
Hello, Ozpin.
Girl in the tower used her power and led many warriors to their deaths.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
We must
Oh!
read with
This
some
is like
skepticism
chilling.
and decide the truth for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because in real
Oh,
life,
shit!
there is no happily ever after.
Damn, they
Looking to
like
pick up
brought
some merch for the holidays?
Ozpin,
Well,
Ozpin, damn!
That's so fucked up.
I like that. Okay, so
Hey, good job, Kirsten. That was, I'm sorry, I kind of knew it was coming where it switches to her face to Salem, but when that happened,
because we
it's
saw
so
it before.
creepy.
Like we saw it in the trailer.
I guess we did, didn't we? But I don't know, it's still
But yeah,
a
this
bit
has
weird.
big like Wicked vibes. Like
And-
if you
and-
guys
yeah.
have ever seen the stage play or like seen a slime tutorial of the stage play online, like there's this giant clock that retells Elphaba's story, and it's like the clock of the time dragon.
Can
or
I also,
something.
can I bring up that I feel like this is kind of meta, that this
Yeah.
one is very much so about talking about who decides and who writes a
Yeah,
story.
who writes
And so
history,
this one
you
really
know?
shows the mechanics of how the things move.
Exactly.
As kind of like a
Of
meta way.
how Salem almost manipulated the story to
But
be,
even by showing all the gears, being like, this is a story, and it's being like worked by cogs.
it's being like worked. Salem is working the
Yes.
audience
in the same
for her
way, in the same
benefit,
way that these
right?
cogs do.
And I won't
like
say
how on
it's
that level
entirely
it works.
malicious because you know she did have to get rescued from the
Yeah.
tower, right?
Her dad was a bit of
her
a
dad
jerk.
was a fucking asshole. He treated
Not
her
the
like a
best.
possession, so like she had a justifiable like
And you know
reason.
what? And you know what? If Ozpin was just vaccinated
Oh,
and didn't die of an easily
it
presentable
would have
disease,
everything would have been fine.
nothing bad would have happened. The entire events of RWBY would have been fine. RWBY would have been a really happy slice of life.
Yeah.
So what do we learn? Get vaccinated and avoid easily preventable diseases.
So yeah, I think that it's not supposed. I'm not trying to say because some people may like kind of take this like the wrong way. I'm not trying to be like Salem, like evil. Salem manipulate you, like you know what I mean?
But
like
she is telling
she's
her own story.
telling her own story, and she's trying to make herself look. She's trying to make herself look a certain way, right? And so I feel like that's important to keep in mind. Is I think that like her actions were justified to want to escape because she was
Yes.
in a bad situation, but we have to keep in mind that she is the protagonist, and so there is a degree of bias. Because even Ozpin at the end is like, but how about all the people she led to their death, though?
Yeah.
Because she didn't adequately warn them about the defenses of this castle. They didn't really know what they were getting into. But yeah, I find that interesting. Just like how who wins in history, like the winners write history type of thing. That's
Like so often
situation.
we don't our popular myths are so present and omnipresent in our life, we don't really challenge nor think about the kind of biases or weird things that are found within them.
Yeah.
And his being like, yeah, a lot of those people were probably just did not realize the danger and were
we're
slew.
not told the danger. And so I feel like that this too, I wonder if Ozpin intentionally modeled Beacon Castle to look like Salem's home.
That's kind of weird. Being like, yeah, of course she's a little pissed off.
But it doesn't look
redecorated
exactly
to make
the
your
same.
house look like her dad's like abusive dad's
I do wonder if maybe
castle.
like because you know when the world was snapped.
Yes.
I doubt all the buildings in the world just crumbled, and so it is
there's also
possible
like
that
ruins outside of Vale.
So I wonder if he also like rebuilt the castle, or Ozpin just decided to live in Salem's old castle, which again kind of weird. But yeah, I think that this is interesting because we do see kind of like, you know, Salem's mom, but she's not really focused on a lot. And they are like in darkness too for a lot of the story, because that's kind of like, this is not the important part. And like, look at this, like they're in the darkness, but Salem is in the light. Like that's also a very interesting choice, right? It's like everyone else is bad except for Salem, who is, you know, like she's like the pure innocent baby, which she is, right? I feel like that this is so cool because everything is like in this blue. But then the outside world is in color, and then Salem, like her dad is in color the first time because she seems to think that he will love her, but then when finding out that he won't, he kind of turns into darkness later for the end of this or for the rest of this episode, right? So something interesting that I found too was that like at first her building blocks and her toys are in color, so she does like appreciate them and like them, I guess, but it's later on in life where she realizes the physical objects will make her happy, right? Because you even see, like, all these people are shrouded in darkness. They're just bringing her stuff sort of thing. And then you see that the stuff actually just turns... Or I guess not monochrome, but, like, what? They're all blue, right? Like, they're all just the same, like, shade. Like, nothing
And the outside world is so bright and glowing.
Yeah, and you actually see, like, that little darkness ball that Salem had, like, at the beginning of, like, the actual Lost Fable. Like, when she touches the thing, it's darkness.
You know, if I had a nickel every time a parent in RWBY put a force field outside their children's room, I would have 10 cents.
Who's the other one?
Neo.
Oh yeah,
in Roman Holiday.
The books again are in color, right? But like nothing else.
Oh, that's right. They're all in color, even when they're in the background.
Exactly. And so I'm like, ooh, that's some spicy artistic direction. So let's talk about the elephant in the room right now, which is the little Jaune sigil situation. I feel like, so here's the thing. I feel like that like they would have to jump through some like hoops to explain it, but I feel like that it is possible because somebody did bring it up on the Reddit, and I was like, guys, this is the same debate that happened when the Lost Fable happened, right? Like, we've seen this before. Please don't get carried away. Because on one hand, I do feel like it is possible that Jaune has descended from Salem, but I feel like this isn't a debunking the theory, but here's the questions that I would have. First of all, one of the girls had to have survived without Ozpin and Salem knowing. Ozpin has justification because he fucking died and reincarnated somewhere else, right? But like, for Salem, she eventually would have regrown, and like, how far could a child go? Secondly, why did the daughter take her, like, the crest of Salem's abusive father and the crest of her mother, who also tried to, you know, kill her, and her father? Why would she take that and modify it to make the Jaune symbol that has been passed down through the family?
The one thing is that Tyrion did say that one time that he was interested in Jaune.
I think here's my thing.
Which, like...
it's plausible. I will say that. And I think that it's like, I would say that it has like a 70% chance of happening. I know that sounds strong because like Jaune has a lot of aura, right? So I can see it as like the daughter ran away. She lived a relatively normal life, I guess. You know, she found a husband, they had children, but those children did not inherit the full scope of the magic powers. Because it would be one magic parent, one non-magic parent. The next child in the line, they just had a lot of like semblance or aura, but not necessarily magic. But because of the magic that runs through the family, like they just kind of have an increase of something. An increase of magic that just manifests as aura or semblance. So, you know, Jaune has a lot of aura compared to a normal person, apparently. So I think that it wouldn't be out of the question for Jaune to have, I guess, more magic, or I guess, like, a little bit more aura because of the magical connection to Salem. I just think that it's weird. I think the symbol thing is just weird, though. Like, that's the thing that's, like, I know that that's probably a small thing, but that's the one thing I'm hooked up on, is unless, okay, you know what could be possible? What if the daughter had amnesia, and and she was found with that symbol on her.
Maybe.
And then that's why she decided to keep taking it throughout life.
Maybe.
That would actually make a lot more sense compared to her knowing and remembering that Salem was her mom and Ozpin was her dad.
Or alternatively, if the RWBY merch has taught us everything, it's that RWBY likes to reuse older assets. So perhaps they just had those like crescents laying around and thought, why not?
And so I feel like in conclusion, there are some things that I'm a little weird about that I think it's kind of weird. But like if the daughter like survived but had some sort of like amnesia or something, I could see a situation where maybe that was like the only thing on her person was maybe a little medallion with a symbol like this, and maybe the diamond, something happened, it was like smudged or something, so she just took the crescents and then she continued to live and pass that down. And that's why, like, you know, Jaune has a lot of aura because of like the magical, like the hints of magical blood that like ran through his family and manifested, I guess, as either like more aura or more semblance, you know. But like I also don't want this to be like, oh look how special Jaune is, he's related to Salem, which I feel like it would turn into very quickly. But, you know, whatever.
It would be kind of funny if we had a scene of Salem being deeply disappointed with Jaune.
Yeah,
and Jaune,
I guess.
Like, fighting back. That'd be
But, like, because Jaune was in the whale and she didn't say anything either. I know that you wouldn't know on sight, but I'm just saying, I love this, though. I love this. I love, again, the color in the room and everything. And so she actually does see her dad in color this time, and I think it's because, like, she tries to negotiate.
Or, like, maybe it's like an adult, so you finally see your parent in their full capacity and not kind of, like, as this otherworldly, like, not quite human figure as you do when you're a child.
And she's also able to negotiate with him, whereas before he just kind of, like, he was there and then he left. But I do really, again, I just love how they illustrated, I guess, the inside of her tower. We have some interesting shrubs and stuff.
I like how square they look. That reminded me of the backgrounds on, like, Total Drama Island.
Oh my god, but yeah, so this is the only thing.
I'm sorry,
right?
that guy's weapon looked just like Cardin's.
Yeah, it did. Some people have been saying that.
Really?
And like this kind of looks like the Staff of Creation, but with a couple more crystals on it. And so I wouldn't be surprised if that's supposed to be like a guys, like, see, the fairy tales are told by the people of Remnant. The people of Remnant know that there's a story about this magical staff. Like it's gotten conflated.
It would be interesting if a lot of those things were like when the Brother of Light made those relics. They based them off of things, or based them off of things from Ozpin's life.
Yeah.
Like a crown he may have wore.
Oh, that's actually interesting.
You know?
Oh, I thought that you were going with, like, you can just buy a wand at the store. It's just like Harry Potter.
Really? This looks like what I get from Magic Mart.
Exactly, right? So I thought that you were gonna go with that angle, that these objects, like the relics, were commonplace. But you're saying it was taken as inspiration.
But like
from
maybe his sword and his crown was when he was a king, which mind you was after he got them. So I don't know if the chronology
But I still feel like though,
but it would be a cool idea.
It does make sense. Like this is the staff of, and even he has like a little green staff too, right? And that's actually kind of funny. Like that's interesting. Oh yeah, she does seem sad, but again, was she really?
Is she sad, or is she just pissed that her plan isn't quite
I know,
working
we
out?
don't know, right? And so it's one of those things, and I love how, again, this becomes unimportant in a way. Like, you know,
or it goes back to the story.
Yeah, like Salem just kind of
like the memorable part of it, of like the guy coming and saving her. Because really, this is all we see in the show.
I do like how the world turns to color. Yeah. I think that that's great. I think, and somebody said that Ozma's eyes are the wrong color. And
he looks a little like his face looks
maybe
different.
that's again supposed to kind of reinforce this idea that the fairy tales are like inaccurate.
It would be interesting,
you know, those details over time.
If he looked different. I'm sorry, but first time saw this, it was chilling. Like like this scene creeped me out.
I think that this is really cool though.
Yeah.
And I wonder, maybe Ozpin drew this, and this is Ozpin's little book of everything maybe he knows about Salem. I feel like that this is going to be important, because obviously we have a tree here that kind of suspiciously looks like the tree in the other world.
I guess so.
But I feel like that, like, in general, right, like, this could have been like Ozpin's journal, because we do have Ozpin's notes on every fairy tale, but what if this has been like Ozpin's journal so he remembers, like, what has happened in each life? The only problem is that, like, obviously Oscar has no access to that. you know, so.
Just, I don't know, the fact that for so long, like, still Ozpin is such a mysterious figure, and I think this really delivers on his mystery.
Everyone's talking about Jaune. Maybe one of Ozma's daughters lived to start her own family. Yeah, I feel like I really like my amnesia theory. Yeah. I kind of like that. Like that.
That would be interesting that if you go, maybe when they go into the new world, the upside down world.
The afterlife? It's like, hi, Jaune, I'm your ancestor.
Yeah, maybe if that's how we learn about it.
The girls.
Yeah, and it's one of the girls.
If it is the afterlife.
And they maybe escaped into this extra realm because they felt they were worried they were being hunted.
Oh, you're saying that the girl escaped there? I thought that she would have died. Like, she would have just died of natural causes
that also,
if it's afterlife land.
That also. But then we don't know how time works. And my thing is that I'm pretty sure Salem thinks all of her daughters are dead.
Yeah.
So if she did escape, it would have been without.
Right.
Maybe, who knows? Maybe she tried to escape.
But
Ozpin.
I'm saying that she just died naturally, and that the tree world will be the afterlife, and so she can be like, "Hey, Jaune, we're related." Oops. Right.
I will say, someone said that it's an ominous ending. It absolutely is.
Well, yeah, because we've seen what happened in the show.
But there's already one. But there's still one more.
Fairy tale
that they're gonna do.
It is.
I almost feel like this would have been the stronger, punchier ending.
Yeah.
With the whole like Salem mic drop.
There's one more, and I don't remember which one it is.
Warrior in the Woods.
No, the Warrior in the Woods Hunter. That's gonna be a banger. That's gonna be some silver-eyed warrior stuff. That's gonna be good.
Oh yeah.
So I hope that you guys enjoyed. We cannot wait to watch that one next week.
Okay, so far, I think this one's my favorite. Followed by the first
I think that this one's my favorite as well, just for like the art style and like all of the thought that they clearly put into it. I think my second favorite's the Indecisive King, to be honest. I really liked that one.
I feel like the Hunter's Children and the Shallow Sea and the Indecisive King, they're all good, but they're kind of around the same level of good.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm excited for Warrior in the Woods. It's gonna be good.
I remember that being a good
And so
one.
I hope that you guys enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!